Hello, welcome back to my wonderful, amazing channel. My name is Victor. I hope you're doing well. Today I wanted to talk about myself um, once again, but not in the sense of my previous video, who am I, um, but more so growing up as a single child. Now, you heard me throw in the terms brothers. Uh, I'm gonna be honest with you. They're not my actual brothers. They're more so my cousins. And but it is to a point where I've created such a bond with them that they're my brothers, and to them, I'm their brother as well. And that goes for sisters as well. I have two little cousins that I would call my sisters, and I also have my actual sister, my half sister. The reason I say half is because, my mom, my dad, me, right? But my dad, somebody else, and my sister. But she's way older than me. She lives in a different state now. I miss her dearly. I wish I could see them more often than I should, and that is rarely ever, so it sucks. But I grew up by myself, and that's how it has been since. But you know what? I think we should continue on, and now we're gonna talk about how, one parent and two parents, and then and then they got me, and how I grew up. So let's do this. Now, growing up as a single child has its benefits. One, you get all the attention. Two, you get anything you want. Three, you're basically an independent individual. You literally only have to care for yourself. And four, you're creative. You're more creative. You're more prone likely to be creative. That are just a few things that, are quite beneficial for people like me who grew up without any other sibling. And that also doesn't include how you were taken care of when you were younger. Me personally, my parents weren't around all the time. They were always working early, leaving late at work, coming home at like 6. And so the only real people who actually took care of me were my grandparents. And I wouldn't change a single thing. I love my grandparents. Sadly, they have passed away, but they're still here within my heart, and that's how it should be. And as much as I love being the only child and getting everything I want, and having such a more close relationships with my parents that anyone could wish for, it does have its downsides. So there are disadvantages of being an only child, and I would probably say the four major ones is loneliness, just being by yourself, not even being able to talk to anybody. Two, you're heavily reliant on yourself to get you through everything. And three is like your parents. Any decision that you make is either gonna make them like happy or disappointed. And then the last one is just like the sucky bit on top. It's something that I've struggled with, and that's lack of social interaction. Growing up, growing up as an Asian American, really, you're dealt with so much pressure from your parents about, oh, you should be getting all these grades higher than an average person. All A's, all A's. That's all I want to see. I don't want to see B's. I don't want to see C's. Straight A's, because that's how we're gonna teach you. And that type of pressure can accumulate and build up, and can lead to their child being severely depressed. But it's, in a way, in a parent's perspective, in their perspective, it's get over it. Get over it. That's all you're gonna do. Get over it and get back to it. And that, not only does that lead to depression, but just that depression itself was already building up beforehand too. Not having anyone to talk to, such as like actual friends that you try to make at school, or friends that you try to make online, you don't have anybody to talk to. That can do something to a person. And that's what happened to me when I was in 6th grade, in 7th grade. I seem like an outgoing person now, but back then I was just incredibly like shy. I didn't know what I was doing, and it got to a point where I couldn't handle it. I just stayed by myself, stayed quiet, and now here I am talking to a piece of technology and hopefully making a video that reaches out to anybody else in the world. And throughout all of it, the only thing that keeps me going is just 2 words, and that's just move forward. You know, it's when you look back on the way you lived life, you just have to tell yourself, you know, hey, it's okay. It's a learning procedure. I know it seems messed up, but now you as a person have every right and freedom to live how you want now. And that's why I say move forward. Me personally, I put myself in a tough situation, like a lot. I keep screwing up. I have so much regrets. Even now, even like in the past 3 months, I have made decisions that I didn't want to happen. And all those decisions is just me telling myself, hey, move forward. You can't dwell on the past. Dwelling on the past is only going to make it worse for yourself. And once you make it worse for yourself, how are you going to dig yourself out of that? And you know, now, me right now, I'm happy as I ever will be. It's not that I wasn't happy for the last 6 years of my life, or not 6, like 4 or 5. I don't know. But you know, move forward is what I can tell people, and it'll help you in the end. And that is just what I have to say about growing up as a single child. Now I know, you know, of course, everybody has their own way and experience of how them being a single child has been different from the way I had it, and that's perfectly fine. But there are some similarities that people will have, such as, you know, that undeniable pressure that you're always getting from your parents, making the right calls, and like how depressing it can be just by yourself. And I don't want that for people. I've been in that situation multiple times, and it's not good. And I bring it back to always move forward. That's all I can say. It is a semi-heavy video. I'm sorry for that, but it's just something I want to talk to you people about. My personal experience of being an only child, the hardships of being one, and the positive bright side of being independent, going anywhere you want in your own car, and not a lot of people get that privilege, which is quite insane. And that just shows like how privileged individuals are. Like me, I'm so grateful for the things that I have. I have a house to live in. I have a car that I can drive around and easily go to work with. And I have my parents who love me unconditionally and just want me to be safe. And not a lot of people have that. And to those people, I hope one day you'll get something like that, because that can change a person's life. Thank you for watching this video. It may seem out of place, it may seem odd, and I think that's the beauty of making content. You just never know what you want to talk about and how you want to execute it. So I thank you from the bottom of my heart, and I will upload the next video on Monday. On a bright side, Monday's video is going to be insane. Listen, Sunday, okay? Sunday I am going to Chicago. 3 days of recording, 3 days of footage. And the first day that I'm going, it's gonna be a woozy. You know why? Because my favorite band, Between Friends, is going to be performing in Chicago on that same day that I'm leaving. And guess who bought meet and greet tickets and tickets themselves? Me. You know how awesome that's gonna be? I'll show you guys how awesome it's gonna be. Or you know what? You can watch my previous Chicago trip, actually. I'll have the video card thing like here, or maybe you can just search it up by yourself. But I hope you'll enjoy this next video. I'm sorry if this video was like poorly made and doesn't get into too much detailing of how my life was. We can always revisit. That's the beauty of content creation. But thank you guys, and I hope you have a good weekend, or whenever you're seeing this, I hope you have a good day. Bye bye.